the action came from him shooting a gun in the ground or him getting in an argument, and then he shot the gun in the ground, and somebody called the police, and the police had him on a run, and while in the car, he shot himself. So whatever mentally that he was going through, he felt like he had to have a gun on him at that age or whatever. He felt like he had to protect himself in Louisiana. I know how Louisiana is, and their crime rate is one of the tops in America. So what I'm saying is this, though. Do you feel like we have to, let me ask you this, do you feel like we as in our community, we need to find different ways to have, like, point out that football is not the only way out?
I don't think it's just. I don't think this is a football conversation. I think this is more of a emotional intelligence conversation.
Speak on it. What you mean?
So you got most young black men don't know how to solve disputes or issues without violence. That's the number one go-to. Violence. You do this or you say this to me. I mean, you see it every day. That's why you see these little dudes.
But I don't feel like violence was the reason he crashed out and killed himself.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. It's violence that sets these unfortunate events up every time, because they don't know how to make they don't know how to make a decision without violence being involved. So that's why, like I'm saying, you see somebody say something on social media. Oh man, when I see him, I'm gonna pull up on him and do X, Y, and Z. So, words shouldn't bother you. Words, if somebody say something about me, it's not gonna enact my emotions at all. Because I don't care. As a man. And we gotta start teaching our young men that's coming up that words don't bother you. They shouldn't bother you.
So you feel like he crashed out over words?
I feel like he just made a permanent decision off of a temporary feeling.
But I don't think it was all words. It might be off actions.
A temporary feeling. Your feeling. Whatever's happening is enacting your emotions. And if you make decisions off emotion, you're going to lose every time. Every time.
I can agree to that. I mean, I just don't feel
as a man, as a grown man, a 34-year-old man, you cannot say anything to me to provoke me into doing something. This whole crash out culture. You can't say anything to me as a 34-year-old man that's going to make me not think logically about what's happening in this junction of my life.
I think, but at this age, but let me ask you this then. You're 34. Where were you at 24?
At 24 too. It was this one saying that I live by to this day. You can say, you can talk all the shit you want. Don't put your hands on me.
I agree with that.
You can say whatever you want to say to me, because I'm not gonna. What can I do to you for saying something? Like what? You have the right to say that. Everybody has the right to say whatever they want to say.
I feel like in our culture, words was used in a way where people feel like your words carry a lot more than what it probably should. And I mean, when I mean that is like everything do start with words. I ain't even gonna say everything start with words, because the way you look at somebody can just start an emotional attack on in our culture. You can look at somebody the wrong way and they be ready to snap.
Right, the mean mother.
You feel me? You walking in the wrong hood, they don't know you, but just certain stuff that shouldn't even carry that much weight. I feel like a lot of times we are so oppressed by what we went through, or they feel like we went through, or they say we went through in slavery or PO, whatever you want to call it, that it's still piling up on us that we we haven't mentally even really figured out who we are inside.
Post-traumatic slave syndrome.
You feel me? Like, we haven't figured it out. And we're allowing our emotions carry and thinking that if we react this way with violence, that it's gonna prove something. It's like we always got something to prove in this world, or I feel like in America. I can't say what other countries you feel like you gotta prove, but in this world, as a black man, we feel like we always gotta prove something. So that's why another reason we react the way we react, because we feel like we gotta prove something because you feel disrespected. But
listen to what you just said. I feel. I said this one time before. People got a little mad with me, but if you start a sentence off with "I feel," I don't want to have a conversation with you anymore. If I say something and you say "I feel," unless I'm attacking you directly, and you say "I feel," this conversation, because let's just say we having just a regular conversation, right? And I say something speaking on a direct topic. It has nothing to do with you. But once you say "I feel," you have injected yourself into the situation that has nothing to do with you.
I mean, people don't know how to separate. I think
that goes into the emotional intelligence, though. Because if you can't separate yourself from a direct situation that you're not involved in, then that